Well, hello there, everyone. It's Jacob coming to you from the Dallas Open Micer YouTube channel. I'll give you a friendly wave, and you'll notice that this wave that I'm giving you it's not my regular full palmed wave, and I don't want you to think that I'm not being friendly, but I've got some unsightly blisters on my hand on the palm area right now, and I think it might be kind of off-putting to put that right up there in front of the camera, and so you might think, well, my wave, it's not as friendly and warm and welcoming as usual, but it's a thoughtful wave. It's a considerate act that I'm doing for you, and I just want you to know that you're appreciated, and I value you. So anyway, what we're doing here is we're promoting a Mad Scientist comedy show, April 9th, 2022, at the Dallas Comedy Club in Deep Ellum, neighborhood of Dallas, Texas. If you are able to come out, I say, do park early. You never know what could happen down there in Deep Ellum with the parking situation. So you might say, well, Jacob, I've already been to one of these shows before. This has been going on for several months now. Why would I come out to this other one, especially when most of the people on this are regulars for this showcase? You might say, well, I've been to showcases with regular showcase performers, and what I've noticed is when I see them more than once, let's say twice, 3 times, 4 times, however many times I want to count, they always tell the same jokes. And to make matters worse, there are those moments that, the first time you see the performer, you think they're spontaneous moments that, form a real bond or connection between the performer and the crowd. And the second time you see this act, this performer, the same spontaneous moment occurs. And you come to realize that these spontaneous moments are scripted. They're not indicative of any real bond or connection being formed between the audience and the performer. This is not an intimate experience anymore. It's rehearsed. It's something that's repeated time and time again with countless faceless audiences. And when you have that realization, it may make you feel devalued and cheap, as if the experience you had really wasn't special. Because, to be honest, if you think about it, it really wasn't that special. It was just your ignorance of being a first timer at such a show. It made it feel more than what it really was. So you might say, Jacob, I've been burned enough with these showcases. Why would I come to this Mad Scientist showcase? Well, here's the thing. The Mad Scientist comedy showcase, it's experimental comedy. And so we're not doing things that you're gonna necessarily see or have seen. This is groundbreaking stuff. So you never know what you're gonna get. For example, a development in my life, I was recently contacted by the North Texas chapter of the North Texas chapter for the preservation of baby boomer humor, and they asked me to be their regional spokesman, and so I will be dedicating a good portion of my stage time to promote I think one of the great American art forms is baby boomer humor. Think of the other great American art forms, jazz and the newspaper comic strip, and what happened to them. take jazz for example, with just the one instrument, the saxophone. We went from Ben Webster to Kenny G in one generation. It's shocking. Take the newspaper comic strip. You had just think in recent times. Calvin and Hobbes and Far Side. Were vibrant forces in mass communication as recently as the 1990s. But what do we have now? I think Luann is still running. Somebody's still cranking out Garfield. But no one's cutting out their favorite comic from the newspaper and posting it on their office cubicle, or on the refrigerator door in the staff lounge. I mean that part of our culture is dead. People are sharing Will Smith memes non-stop, all hours of the night, and I don't know about you, but I'd look forward to the day of maybe replacing a Will Smith meme with a good old Far Side cartoon of a child, trying to, push a door open when it's clearly marked for pulling. That's something we've lost, and that could be the fate of baby boomer humor. The millennials and Zs, these younger generations, loathe it. They recently savaged one of the younger boomers, Jeff Foxworthy, over using the tried and true baby boomer comedy fodder, the participation trophy. One of the greatest comedy, the mother lode of source material that's there. I'm gonna cut ourselves off from that mine. I don't think so. So anyway, I'll be dedicating some of my time to honor boomer humor. Who knows what else will be out there. We've got an answering machine that's listed as one of the performers, and it could be just a terrible gimmicky thing that someone's come up with. The thing about answering machines is they're not anthropomorphic. So I don't believe an answering machine is going to be writing its own material. So there's someone's mind is going to be behind whatever is going to be billed as the answering machine. And I don't know if it's going to be a sharp mind. I don't know if it's going to be a brilliant comic mind. It could be someone that's a feeble-minded hack who has used a gimmick to finagle their way onto the show. Sometimes people do things and pass it off as being creative when it's really just as thoughtless as mindless repetition. Sometimes one person's creative act is really no less creative than, or no more creative than, someone just reciting some mindless mantra. I think quality is a requirement of creativity. However, this is going to be something we haven't seen before, at least not in Dallas. Maybe this is an idea that got ripped off from a New York and LA comedian, but you'll have to show up to find out. And that's the beauty of this show, is you don't know if it's going to be bad until you come out and see it. And the beauty of it is, if it is bad, you probably won't see it again. And we can't say the same thing of some of the showcase comedians who are popping up all over town telling the same jokes that are well, mediocre at best, but because audiences will laugh at anything, they're given the false impression that their jokes are good, and it's a vicious cycle. Mediocre comedy and mediocre audiences combine, and we've got something that's not good going on. But we can break that vicious cycle by taking the risk to experiment with you at a place like the Dallas Comedy Club's showcase for the mad scientist and his experimental comedians. We hope to see you there. I can't say that my hand will be all healed up by the time, so if you do see me there in a matter of a few days, I don't know that I'd shake my hand if I was you, but you can nod a hello. I'm probably good for a fist bump. Let's see, I could do a fist bump, see if, oh no, you probably don't want to give me a fist bump, but I could do a little nod, some kind of way of showing respect to one another. I'll sign off with that. Thank you.